are so many beautiful beaches here in Connecticut. I'm sure many of you will be enjoying them this 4th of July weekend. CT Style reporter Megan Yost is here with more.
Thank you, Laura. Summer is finally here, and now is the time to head to the beach. But take it from a lifeguard, there are a few things to keep in mind to stay safe at the shore.
My favorite thing about lifeguarding is probably just being outside.
As the waterfront director of Guilford Parks and Rec, Natalie Bruno knows a thing or two about staying safe at the beach.
I've been lifeguarding for 6 years now.
And after all that time on the job, she's got a few tips to help you avoid danger on your next trip to the shore. Tip number 1, it's said time and time again, but can't be said enough. Apply sunscreen.
You want to apply it beforehand, apply it periodically while you're there, especially now the UV indexes get so high, so you really want to make sure to be putting it on after you get out of the water, if it's really hot especially.
Getting just one bad sunburn when you're a child or adolescent more than doubles your chance of developing melanoma later in life. And getting sunburnt more than 5 times, regardless of your age, also doubles your risk of melanoma.
You always can tell who's lifeguarding it's their first year because they'll usually get burnt the first.
Tip number 2, swim close to a lifeguard stand.
If you are closer to a lifeguard, obviously the chances of them getting you quicker is more likely, so I would definitely recommend swimming close to a lifeguard stand at all times, regardless of how strong of a swimmer you are.
Parents, this next tip is for you. Don't get distracted by your cell phones.
Parents on their cell phones is one of the biggest distractions that lifeguards see on the beach now, especially when they have life jackets on. Parents just kind of have the conception that they can just throw their kids in the water and they are all set from there on out. I think it's definitely important for parents to know that lifeguards are there for safety and for emergencies. Lifeguards are not here to be babysitters. It's their responsibility to keep an eye on their kids.
Another tip from Natalie, it's important to take swim breaks every couple hours.
It's really important to take a break when you're swimming. Between the sun and running around and being in the water, kids especially can get really exhausted.
Be sure to refuel with a snack and also rehydrate.
When you're all set and rehydrated and you're relaxed, you can go back into the water and keep running around.
And last but not least, if you're ever caught in a rip current, Natalie has some words of advice.
Basically, one of the tips that we give people is to stay parallel to the shore. You don't want to fight the current. It's only going to make it worse.
If you follow these 5 tips, you'll have nothing but fun in the sun. For CT Style, I'm Megan Yost.